Why can a simple white radish, submerged in vinegar, become something much more valuable than a side dish? Why have so many Asian cultures preserved this root for generations, not just for its flavor, but also for what they believed it could do for the body? And if the key wasn't in an expensive supplement, but in a humble jar, full of color, acidity, and tradition, how many people would be overlooking a small health ritual that was always right in front of their eyes? Stay until the end, because this pickled Daikon radish hides a story much deeper than it seems. Soaking Daikon radish in vinegar might seem like a simple recipe, almost too basic to draw attention. But in reality, behind this gesture lies an ancient custom that combines food, flavor, and wellness. If you have Daikon radish at home, don't leave it forgotten in the kitchen. When pickled correctly, it transforms into a crunchy, fresh, and vibrant bite, perfect to accompany almost any meal. The surprising thing is that it's not just the radish that changes. The liquid surrounding it does too. That yellow, acidic, and aromatic liquid has been considered in many Asian cultures as a kind of traditional remedy. It's not simply about drinking something with a strong flavor. It's about understanding how simple ingredients, when combined with patience, can create something that connects with an ancient way of caring for the body. Before starting, it's worth remembering something important. This recipe is not just a culinary preparation. It is also a small lesson on how many people who live longer and healthier lives often have something in common. They eat simple, plant-based, fermented, and highly varied foods. That's why this jar of pickled daikon is not just pretty. It can be a gateway to a more mindful way of eating. Now begins the first step of the recipe, peeling the radish. The daikon, with its pale skin and firm flesh, needs a simple cleaning, almost as if we were preparing it for an important day. Upon removing the outer layer, a white, fresh, and smooth root appears, ready to absorb everything that will come next. There's no need to overcomplicate it. The beauty of this preparation lies precisely in its simplicity, in taking a humble food and turning it into something full of character. Then comes the time to cut it. Round slices work very well because they have an elegant shape, are easy to eat, and retain that crunch that makes every bite so satisfying. They are neither too big nor too small. They are perfect pieces to accompany rice, soups, meats, vegetables, or even to eat on their own when the craving for something acidic, fresh, and light strikes. But the Daikon radish is not important just for its texture. In Eastern healing traditions, this root has been closely related to the lungs and the respiratory system. It was said to help clear internal heat and transform phlegm, an idea very present in the ancient way of understanding the body's balance. Therefore, when someone prepares pickled daikon, they are not just making a side dish. They are repeating a gesture that many generations associated with cleansing, relief, and restoration. Pickling also holds a special place within those traditions. Fermented or vinegar-preserved foods were considered allies of the stomach, as they accompanied meals, awakened the appetite, and provided a sense of lightness. And here arises a question that keeps curiosity alive. If such a simple root was valued for centuries for its link to digestion and respiration, why do so many people today walk right past it without knowing its history? Perhaps the answer lies in looking back at ancient cooking with more respect, less haste, and a truly open curiosity today. At this point, the radish is already clean and cut, but there is still one detail missing that completely changes the final result. Before preparing the pickling liquid, it is advisable to rub the slices with salt and let them rest for 15 to 20 minutes. This step seems small, but it is essential. The salt draws out the excess water from the daikon, concentrates its texture, and ensures that afterward each slice is firmer, crunchier, and more pleasant to bite into. And this is where the recipe begins to connect with a bigger idea: gut health. In recent years, much research has turned its attention to the so-called blue zones, places in the world where people live longer and tend to remain active into advanced ages. One of the recurring keys in their habits is a diet rich in vegetables, simple, varied, and very often accompanied by fermented or preserved foods. The message is clear. It's not about eating a single miracle ingredient, but about creating diversity. Gastroenterologist Wilbur Siewicz has explained that one of the best indicators of a healthy gut is the variety of plants in the diet. That's why it is recommended to try to consume between 20 and 30 different types of plants each week. It might seem like a lot, but when we include vegetables, fruits, herbs, roots, legumes, seeds, and small side dishes like this pickled daikon, that goal becomes much more realistic. The strength of this preparation lies in that combination: a traditional root, an ancient method of preservation, and an easy way to add more plants to the daily table. How many times do we look for complicated solutions while ignoring these simple gestures? A jar of pickled radish can accompany many meals, add flavor, stimulate the appetite, and remind us that caring for the body doesn't always start with massive changes. Sometimes it starts with a crunchy slice, a spoonful of vinegar, and a simple decision made in the home kitchen, right before the routine devours our daily attention, once again without us noticing. Now we prepare the liquid that will bring the jar to life. The base is simple: 1.5 cups of water mixed with 1 cup of rice vinegar. This combination provides acidity, freshness, and that clean flavor that makes the daikon so easy to eat with almost any dish. To balance that acidity, we add 1/2 cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of salt. We are not looking for a heavy sweetness, but a gentle touch that rounds out the vinegar and awakens the natural flavor of the radish. The mixture doesn't need to boil for a long time. It is enough to heat it gently while stirring until the sugar and salt dissolve completely. That detail is important because if the crystals remain at the bottom, the flavor won't be distributed evenly. When the liquid is clear and well integrated, we have the pickling base ready to receive the daikon slices. But here comes a visual part that makes this recipe even more special. To add color naturally, 2 versions are prepared. One uses beet, which dyes the radish a deep and beautiful ruby red tone. The other uses turmeric powder, which transforms the jar into a vibrant golden color, almost as if it were holding light inside the glass. These are not artificial colors or empty decorations. They are ingredients with a presence of their own. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound known for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory power. Therefore, in addition to providing color, it turns the golden jar into something that many people associate with care, warmth, and protection. The beet, for its part, not only offers that deep red that catches the eye, it also contains natural nitrates linked to improved blood flow and support for healthy blood pressure. Before filling the jars, you must ensure they are clean and sterilized with boiling water, then air-dried. Because a good pickle doesn't just start with good ingredients. It starts with care, patience, and respect for every step, as if each jar held a small promise of health for the quiet days to come. In the world of ancient healing, the daikon radish was never seen as just any root. In many regions of the East, it came to be called white ginseng, not because it was rare or luxurious, but because it was always present, hidden in plain sight, in markets, kitchens, and family tables. Its strength was not in seeming extraordinary, but in being profoundly useful. For centuries, it was respected as a food capable of supporting the body in moments of heaviness, internal cold, excess heat, or difficult digestion. There is an old saying that sums up that popular trust very well. When radishes are in season, doctors can rest. That phrase doesn't intend to turn the daikon into a magic cure, but it does reveal something important. For many families, this root represented balance. Its fresh energy was associated with the ability to calm the body, clear the feeling of accumulation, and restore lightness after heavy meals. Isn't it curious that such a simple vegetable has received so much attention for generations? In Zen traditions, the golden pickled radish, known as takuan, holds a special place. Its name is linked to the Zen master Takuan, remembered for seeking a way to preserve the harvest for the monks during harsh winters. Those crunchy slices were not just food stored in a jar. They were discipline, patience, and survival. Every bite served as a reminder that simplicity can also sustain life when the seasons become difficult. That is why when the white daikon transforms into a deep ruby red or golden jar, the kitchen becomes something much deeper. We are not simply preparing a pretty side dish for the table. We are repeating an ancient ritual of preservation, gratitude, and longevity. We are taking a humble gift from the earth and turning it into a small daily tonic. And perhaps that is where the most important question arises. How many wellness secrets remain hidden in simple foods that we have stopped looking at with true attention every day? Perhaps more than we imagine, waiting to slowly return to our hands. After just one day, the jars are already showing their magic. The daikon slices have absorbed the colors with an almost unexpected beauty. Some turn a deep, bright red. Others take on that golden hue reminiscent of turmeric in ancient kitchens. Upon tasting them, the surprise is immediate. Both versions taste practically the same. Fresh, tangy, slightly sweet, and with that crunch reminiscent of the side dishes served in Korean or Japanese restaurants. The best part is that this pickled daikon doesn't require a special occasion. It can stay in the fridge for a whole month, ready to accompany a quick meal, a bowl of rice, a hot soup, or simply to satisfy the craving for something tasty without resorting to heavy foods. Many people find boiled or sautéed radish a bit boring, but pickling changes it completely. It becomes addictive, light, and very easy to include in your daily routine. And the liquid doesn't have to go to waste either. A small amount mixed with water can become a tangy and stimulating drink. If it also contains turmeric and beet, it becomes even more interesting. Some people mellow it out with a little honey, creating a more pleasant blend, with that balance of tartness, sweetness, and depth that wakes the body up without making it feel heavy. But this recipe also leaves a broader lesson. Eating well is only part of the journey. To live with more vitality, we also have to move, keep our bodies active, and not allow routine to make us sedentary. Finishing dinner at least 4 hours before going to sleep can help the body rest better. And when night falls, putting the phone away is a small but powerful gesture, because blue light can rob us of deep sleep. In the end, longevity doesn't just live in a jar. It also lives in walking, resting, eating mindfully, and spending more time with family. Perhaps that is the true secret, taking care of the body, but also taking care of the bonds that keep us alive every day, with gratitude, calm, and true presence.